Hello everyone, this is CyberEric with another gameplay impressions video. This is for Call of Duty Black Ops 7, the beta that's going on right now. And this is basically my gameplay from the weekend. But before I start, please like and subscribe, it helps the channel out. Alright, so the first thing I wanted to show is kind of mostly the new things that are going on with this game. And I'm going to start with basically the wall jump. Now, it's not wall running, you basically get to just jump off the wall, but you don't get an actual like speed boost, so you're running through the wall. And I'll show you how it is in a second here, where you're actually jumping around, and it's like, okay, how does this work? And again, I played all the previous Call of Duty, so okay, it's basically more like a bounce, like an extra jump bounce, but it doesn't allow you to run through it. You're basically bouncing off it. And again, here's another example of it. This is basically gameplay from the tutorial. You'll be able to go through this and kind of practice it. But that's basically how it works. This is one of the biggest changes. You will see a lot of movement. You will basically have to expect enemies to come out of windows. Another thing to show is the Omni-Directional Movement. It is back from Black Ops 6. This is the one where you actually get to run in all directions. Basically, you can get to move around. A lot of free movement, extra movement that it allows you to do. Obviously, you can run around, slide and aim, etc., etc. You can run in all directions, right? And again, this is footage from the tutorial to kind of show how it is back. That's one of the main gameplay aspects you will see from Black Ops 7. Another thing you will see is obviously the new finishing moves or grab animations. And this is basically when you grab an enemy, you basically be able to do different things rather than just execute them. You use them as a shield. You could do that in previous Call of Duties. And here, for example, here's the killing finishing animation. But of course, this is a tutorial. They want you to actually hold the button down. You'll be able to use them as a body shield. You'll be able to fight enemies, etc., etc. The last thing you can do is also do a finisher, which is basically also throw them as a grenade into a room. I don't know how useful this will be. I'm assuming some people will do it, but it's not really easy to even grab somebody from behind, let alone do this, but you could do it. Bang, right there. Again, it looks cool. I think I've pulled it off once in a match, but it's not something that you're thinking about in the flow of combat. Some of the other new things to show. Here's some of the new operators that you'll be unlocking and using throughout the Call of Duty Black Ops 7 game once it comes out later this year. And again, there's different new operators. We might get access to some of the old ones. I need to check. By the way, if you play the beta, you get to unlock at least this beta Maverick skin. And there's another skin that you can unlock by playing the beta and playing to at least level 20. Just FYI, you can unlock those. So alright, basic Call of Duty stuff. Call of Duty multiplayer. I didn't play the zombies mode for this mode, for example. Do you obviously have your multiplayer loadouts? You get to select different weapons, ammo. It's different here than it is in Call of Duty. They change this every year. Obviously, you have your space for tactical grenades, lethal grenades. There's a couple of new ones here. Your field upgrades are a little different in this game, and I'll show them off in a second here. There's also basically, obviously, create different builds for your weapon, different loadouts. If you have multiple attachments, if you want to do different weapon loadouts, you can do that still here. This is a staple of Call of Duty's in the last couple of years. So there's nothing new here. Another thing you'll see is like there's like a hybrid combat specialists now, which is basically the different perks that you can select. They'll basically create different combat specialities within the game. And again, you can play around with those. I don't have time to show them all now, otherwise this will take like 10 more minutes. One of the new game modes that I also wanted to show was called Overload. This is a new mode for this beta and for this Call of Duty 7, Black Ops 7. Basically, it's gonna be kind of like American football. You have a little EMP canister there in the middle, and there's like a little circular zone, red or blue, depending on your team. This is our team, so we have to defend the opposing enemy players from entering there with the canister. Otherwise, they get a point. And it's basically rounds. You will flip the room after you get different, like 4 points, I think, per round. You basically run around and have to score on the opponent. And I'll show it here. Basically, here's me on the other side of the map. Same map, same match, actually. And here's the other side. And here I am trying to basically grab an enemy, as you saw there. But basically, that's the big red zone that you will see when you want to score. Right now, I'm not scoring. I'm basically just running around, learning the map. But basically, that's one of the new modes, Overload. You're basically going to score points. Whoever gets the most score points wins. Anyway, you have to just get it into the goal line. It's like American football. I've seen people dash and just dive to it. I've killed them in the air, but they went through the circle area and they got the point, regardless if they survived the landing. So FYI, that's basically how you make the points. All right, some of the new things. I wanted to show some of the new field upgrades, particularly, for example, this drone pad, which basically you put like a pad on the ground, and it comes out these 3 explosive drones. Now they're not explosive enough to kill you, at least not on the regular mode. If you play hardcore, it'll probably kill you. But they'll be enough to annoy you, and they also basically just follow enemies around. So it's great to do. Here I am placing it down. You won't see it very well, but I have more footage to actually show how it actually looks. So here's how it looks for example, placing the drone pod in the ground, and basically out comes this, for example, my team blue, comes out this little blue drone, and they'll chase enemies around, for example, enemies over there. Yeah, and here it is, basically them coming after me, the same corner, and an enemy using the same thing. So you guys can kind of see how they basically chase you. As long as you take them down, and you can hear them out pretty well. But just be wary of that. That's one of the new field upgrades. Another one is here. It's this like a hologram pad thing. I'm just calling it that because I don't remember the name, but it's basically a hologram. You put it there, they shoot it, you get to detect where they are. But it also is useful for some of these capture the objective modes, like domination, etc., because it'll actually count as a player being in the zone, which is extremely good for defending zones, by the way, because you have to disable that. Some of the other new things I wanted to show were basically some of the new tactical grenades that you'll see in the game. For example, there's like EMP or scanning grenades. For example, here's in the background like a scanning grenade. I'll show it more in a second here. But here I am, for example, in the background, you see this little camera glitch thing. That is me being affected by the EMP grenade. For example, I'm going to show it off here. Here's when you throw it. Boom, it explodes, and it basically will destroy electrical items, right? Like the drone strike, which again, I didn't get it here. But that's basically what you're going to have to do if you want to deal with some of these more electronic things. That EMP grenade is there. So here I am, for example, playing around. I'm going to EMP myself here in a second here. Just a very, very funny clip that I'm like, you know what? But that's basically what it is. EMP is going to be to disable electronics. Here's the scanning one, the scanning tactical grenade, which basically you put it on the ground. And it gives this giant AoE, like a blue thing. And it'll have this like red light when it shows that there's an enemy there. And I'm going to show it off here better in a second here. I'll throw it up in the middle of the room. It starts scanning, it starts tagging people, and now you see them here in red, which means I can now chase to see where they are. So again, pretty useful. It's pretty quick, but you actually get to see them and use it against them. But again, yeah, that's some of just the new mechanics, new things that you will see expecting from Black Ops 7. Again, this is just a quick gameplay impressions from the open beta. But yeah, that is all for this video for today. As always, please like and subscribe. It is appreciated. And for more gaming related content, please subscribe to CyberEric. And I'll see you guys later. Have a good one, everyone.